Hello there, very good evening. This is Primetime Weekend News. It's the 4th of February 2012. I'm Sonali Wanikapadake. We start off with a look at the stories making headlines tonight.
'64th Independence Day celebrated on a grand scale. President emphasizes that Parliament is the supreme institution to solve issues. 1,414 prisoners released. Mahela Jayawardena auctioned for 159 million rupees for this season of the IPL.
Today, Sri Lanka marks its 64th anniversary of independence from British rule. The National Independence Day celebrations were held in Anuradhapura this morning with the participation of President Mahinda Rajapaksa. Speaking at the event, the President noted that benefits obtained during the last 3 years are more significant than the benefits achieved during a half-century following the country's independence.
The government took measures to organize the National Independence Day celebrations that were held at the Golface Green in other provincial areas. Thereby, the Independence Day celebrations were held in Kandy and Kataragama, and steps were taken to have it in Anuradhapura this time around.
And Brinkrimer has just the Chief of Defence Staff.
President Mahinda Rajapaksa was the chief guest at today's ceremony. The ceremony commenced following the hoisting of the national flag by the President. "100 students from schools in Anuradhapura sang the national anthem. Subsequently, 35 students sang Jai Mangala Gathas before the President. 1 minute silence was observed for the fallen war heroes who sacrificed their lives to ensure the sovereignty and territorial integrity of the country. A guard of honor was accorded to the President by the three armed forces as well. President Mahinda Rajapaksa then addressed the nation at the 64th Independence Day celebration.
අඩසිය වසක් තුල ලබාගත්තට වඩා වැඩි ප්‍රතිලාභයක් මේ ත්‍රස්තවාදීන්ගේ නිදහස ලබාගෙන ගියුණු වසර 3ක කාලය තුල ජාතියට ලබා දෙන්නට අපිට පුළුවන්කම ලැබුණා.
We were able to give more benefits to the nation during these 3 years following the liberation of the country from the LTTE than the rewards that were achieved over half a century since the independence in 1948. We will only be able to stand as a sovereign state if we achieve economic freedom by strengthening the economy. You are aware that the false propaganda and conspiracies that are being carried out by terrorists overseas against the country are not over. When such things take place overseas, some groups who remain in the country take various measures to destabilize the country. I think that they are hoping to carry out some incidents that took place in other countries in Sri Lanka as well. Moreover, problems cannot be resolved by implementing the proposals made by the extremist groups. It is the need of the hour to draft policies based on a vision which suits the entire country to achieve sustainable peace. There are no separate areas for ethnic groups. This country belongs to all ethnicities. It has been stated that there is an issue. The Lessons Learned and Reconciliation Commission that was appointed had said that everyone is responsible for this issue. I think anyone who acts according to his or her conscience should take much notice about this statement. That is why we have taken measures to implement the recommendations of this commission gradually. Using the executive powers to act against the public view is not democracy. we are committed towards ensuring parliamentary democracy, the rule of law, independence of the judiciary, as well as good governance. I believe that Parliament, which is a supreme democratic institution which represents all parties, ethnicities, religions and the public, is the best place to bring proposals to solve these issues. Therefore, I think that a Parliamentary Select Committee is the mechanism to find solutions for issues such as the national problem.
මතක් කළ යුතු නෑ කියලායි මා විශ්වාස කරා. ඒ නිසා ජාතික ප්‍රශ්න එවැනි ප්‍රශ්න විසඳීමට තිබෙන යාන්ත්‍රණය පාර්ලිමේන්තු තේරීම් කාරක සභාව බව තමයි මගේ හැඟීම. අපි යා යුතු මාවත ප්‍රශ්න විසඳාගත යුතු ආකාරය පිළිබඳව බුදුහාමුදුරුවෝගේ බුදු අදන අක්කෝ දේන ජිනේ කෝදං අසාදුන් සාදුනාජිනී ජිනේ කදිරියන් දානේන සච්චේන ආලික වාදිනා ක්‍රෝධ කරන්නාට ක්‍රෝධ නොකිරීමෙන් මෛත්‍රී කිරීමෙන් දිනිය යුතුයි. අසත්පුරුෂයා සත්පුරුෂකමින් දිනිය යුතුයි. මසුරා ත්‍යාගයෙන් දිනිය යුතුයි. බොරු කිරියන්නා සත්‍යයෙන් දිනිය යුතුයි. මාතෘභූමියේ නිදහස අර්ථවත් කර ගැනීමේදී අපි සියලු දෙනාට මේ යහපත් සිතුවිල්ල පහළ වේවායි මම හිත සිතින් ප්‍රාර්ථනා කරමි.
නිශාන්ත උඩුගියතැන්න.
Subsequent to the President's address to the nation, the parade of the three armed forces were held.
සන්නද්ධ බලසේනාවක් යුද හමුදාවේ ප්‍රථම රයිෆල් ටීම් national. இப்போது இலங்கை.
Several cultural items were also performed at the occasion, adding colour to the Independence Day celebration.
Meanwhile, the Dayata Kirula National Development Exhibition was declared open this evening under the auspices of President Mahinda Rajapaksa.
The Dayata Kirula exhibition is being held in Oya Maduwa in Anuradhapura concurrent to the 64th Independence Day. The President was welcomed to the exhibition premises by the Chairman of the Dayata Kirula Exhibition Committee, Minister Ranjit Siambalapitia. The Dayata Kirula exhibition, which was first staged in 2005, comprises of many stalls that depict the economical, social and cultural development of Sri Lanka. The exhibition will be open for public viewing from tonight.
Well, meanwhile, various religious activities were organized throughout the day today in view of the 64th Independence Day celebrations.
A special religious function was held opposite the Sri Mahabodhiya in Anuradhapura. The function was held under the auspices of the Atmasthanadipati Venerable Pallegama Srinivasa Thera. Meanwhile, religious observances were also held at the Sri Kadireshan Kovil in Anuradhapura in view of the 64th Independence Day. Religious observances were also held at the Mohidin Juma Mosque in Anuradhapura. A number of ministers were also present at the occasion.
The President, Prime Minister and the Opposition Leader have issued messages in view of the 64th Independence Day.
In his message, President Mahinda Rajapaksa stated that we now have the freedom to decide upon issues concerning the country and the nation without bowing down before external powers. The President pointed out that the country's achievements would be secured when opportunities for peace, coexistence as well as harmonious living are widened. The President added that sacrifices made so far to reach that objective have to be secured in future too. Meanwhile, in his message, Prime Minister D.M. Jayaratne said that following the eradication of terrorism, everyone now has got the opportunity to live without fear and anxiety. The Prime Minister also noted that the government has drafted broad plans to develop the economy, which has been paralysed. He added that cooperation of all communities and their commitment is needed to carry out continuous development work in the country. Opposition leader Ranil Wickremesinghe noted that at present the need has arisen to look into various viewpoints of independence. He went on to say that a trend has been developed to restrict the people through various boundaries and limits instead of freedom. The opposition leader added that they are committed to rescue the nation and its people from this situation.
Well, at a time when the nation is celebrating its 64th anniversary of independence, the first Prime Minister of the independent Sri Lanka, Mahamania D.S. Senanayake, is a leader that we cannot forget. He was felicitated today. The ceremony of felicitation to commemorate D.S. Senanayake was held opposite his statue at Independence Square. This was held with the participation of Mayor of Colombo, A.J.M. Muzammil. UNP parliamentarian Karu Jayasuriya was also present at the occasion. Well, yet another function to commemorate Mahamania D.S. Senanayake was held at the Polwatta Sri Dharmakirti Raja Mahaviharaya in Kolpiti this morning. This was held with the participation of UNP parliamentarian Karu Jayasuriya.
D.S. Senanayake had visited Polwatta Sri Dharmakirti Raja Mahaviharaya in Kolpiti when the country received its independence on the 4th of February 1948. He planted a mango sapling at the location, and later a statue of D.S. Senanayake was also constructed. The group, including Karu Jayasuriya, placed floral tributes to the statue this morning. We were able to achieve independence on that day without even shedding a drop of blood, owing to the intelligence possessed by our heroes, including D.S. Senanayake. During his first speech, he mentioned about national unity. He also stated the importance of building the country by everyone getting together. Moreover, he said that the country could be developed if all communities work together with unity. More than ever in history, today we see the necessity of creating collateral understanding between Sinhalese and Tamils.